That is quite common. To build our own IT infrastructure, we require more time and we have to spend a lot of budget. So because of all these reasons, entire IT industry looking towards cloud, 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 cloud. Okay, not only these challenges, we have other important challenges is disaster recovery. For example, you are running only one data center. This is the only one data center. For example, this data center is crashed. Okay, if this data center is crashed, what will happen? The data which is stored in data center, that will be lost. If data is lost, our business will be not good. Am I right? So in order to make your data secure, in order to perform backup activity for your data, also to make it high available for your infrastructure, we need another data center. That we will call it as what? DR. DR in the sense disaster recovery. Okay, disaster recovery means we don't know what will happen. Anytime can happen anything. Am I right? You know, right? In the year of 2001 or 2000, there would be a World Trade Center collapsed. Okay, so why they have targeted World Trade Center in USA? Because entire US economy and data was stored in World Trade Center. So due to that reason, they collapsed. Even though the US country did not lose even single rupee. Why? Because the data already they are maintaining in disaster recovery. Even though they collapsed that building, so they are maintaining entire data in another data center. Okay, so they did not lose even single record. Only physically that building was collapsed, but data will be saved. Okay, so that is what disaster recovery. So to implement disaster recovery for small organizations, it is additional budget, additional cost, or additional burden for your project requirement. So in order to avoid all these things, okay, cloud computing came into the picture. Okay, what is the cloud? Any idea? Nowadays cloud is generic term, right? If you go for anywhere in the market, people are talking about cloud, 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 cloud. So what is the cloud? What is the cloud computing exactly? Anyone? What is the cloud computing?
Accessing the data from anywhere.
Okay, what else?
Cost mainly like pay as you go. It's
Okay,
like
good.
benefits.
I mean, you can minimize your cost using the cloud service.
Yes, correct. Why? Because when you go for cloud computing, you need not worry about infrastructure. Am I right? So to make it infrastructure, we can contact the cloud provider. They will provide ready-made infrastructure. On top of that, you can customize your application and host your application. Okay, yeah. So that is the main thing. Main point of cloud computing is, what is the cloud computing? It is collection of remote services. I'm repeating, what is that? For example, this is the cloud computing. What is the cloud computing? It is collection of remote services. All enterprise features, services, they have deployed in one location. Okay, so what is the cloud computing? It is collection of remote services. My words are very clear. What is the cloud computing? It is collection of remote services and access them over the internet is called cloud computing. I can say if we have one laptop, one internet connectivity, one cloud account, if we have these three parameters, that's it. We can develop our own application in fraction of minutes, make it available for the market. Got it? So here you need not worry about infrastructure, RAM, okay, provisioning of the application. Okay, they are ready-made. Okay, so that's why I'm providing the definition that cloud computing is collection of remote services and access them over the internet is called cloud computing. Right? Yeah. So according to NIST definition, What they are saying is cloud computing is convenient on-demand network access where we can build networking server storage application devices with minimal management. Yeah, anyhow, if application mode to cloud, there would be minimal management. Okay, this is about what? Cloud computing. In cloud computing, always which contain three types of services. Okay, what are they? How many types of services? Three types of services. One is IaaS. IaaS in the sense infrastructure as a service. Infrastructure as a services. See, if you could understand infrastructure, the name itself, it is describing that infrastructure, whatever it is, maybe servers or storage or network or database, they are inbuilt, they are providing by vendor. Which vendor? I will let you know. Next, what is the infrastructure as a service? What is the infrastructure as a service? What all things comes under infrastructure as a service? What all things, guys? I can say servers, storage, network, database. Okay, these all comes under infrastructure as a services. So what does it mean? If you are expecting like 5 servers, okay, you can create 5 servers within fraction of minute. Only minute, guys. Within a minute, you can create 5 servers in cloud. If you would like to build these 5 servers in on-premises, minimum it will take 7 to 10 days. I am damn sure. Why? Because you should submit the request to data center team. They should get the approval from the next management team, then allocate the space. Next, to install the OS team is required. To configure the network configuration team is required. To configure the firewall team is required. So to complete entire this process, minimum it will take 7 to 10 days. In Azure or cloud computing, just it will take a minute. Okay, yeah, that is what infrastructure as a services. Next thing is when you go for infrastructure as a service, okay, they will provide infrastructure. On top of it, whatever the things are required, you have to manually install and configure. For example, this is the server. I would like to install .NET application. So what I have to do? First step, install IIS. Second step, install all .NET related add-ins. Okay. Third step, configure the ports. Fifth step, configure the DNS name. Seventh step, host your application. Right. So this configuration part you have to take care. For example, my requirement is I would like to deploy one Java application. Okay. So anyhow, server has been created within fraction of minute. To deploy one Java application, we have to install JDK. First step, Java Development Kit. Next, second step, install all Java related add-ins. Next, install one web server. Web server means like WebLogic, WebSphere, JBoss, or Tomcat server. That has to be installed. Next, on top of it, deploy Java application. So this part you have to take care. They are providing the infrastructure. Remaining part you have to take care. What type of application you are going to deploy and configure, that is totally depends on business requirement. Okay, maybe you are working on SAP project. So SAP related software has to be installed on top of what is that? This virtual machine, right? That is about what? How to get the infrastructure in Azure cloud computing. That comes under what? Infrastructure as a services. Next, other thing is PaaS. What is that? PaaS. What is the PaaS, guys? I can say PaaS. What is the full form of the PaaS?
Platform as a service.
Yeah, platform as a service. Okay, why should we go for PaaS? Already I have infrastructure as a service, then why we need to go for PaaS? PaaS in the sense, the name itself, it is saying that they are providing platform and runtime. If they are providing both of them, what we have to do? Just host the application. What type of application? Anything, maybe .NET, Java, PHP, Python, Ruby, Node.js, any type of application you can host it. Okay, that is what platform as a service. Here, you need not worry about installation and configuration. I said, right, if they provided one server, I have to install all required softwares. Here, you need not worry about installation and configuration part. This is built-in environment they have provided. On top of it, you can host your application. Very simple. You have one .NET application, just go and deploy it. Why? Because they are ready-made environment. Ready-made environment means platform. They are providing platform and the runtime. Here, what runtime you are expecting? Java runtime. So I have .NET application. I would like to deploy .NET application. So already environment is there. Now just go and host it. So here installation, configuration, upgradation, okay, upgradation of the hardware, that all things will be taken care by vendor. Just you have to take care about your application part. Simply what it is saying is, please concentration on your business. Remaining all I will provide it. That is what PaaS is saying. Okay, yeah. Next, other third one is software as a services. Okay, so software as a service is very powerful in our day-to-day life. In our day-to-day life, and whatever the activities we are performing in offices, already we are in software as a services. Could you please let me know what is the best example for software as a service in the market? Anyone?
SAP.
Sorry? Office 365. You know, right? Office 365. So there is no product to beat Office 365 in the market. In Office 365, they are providing 30 plus components, guys. Best example, MS Teams. MS Teams, it is coming along with Office 365. Outlook. If people are using Outlook in the offices, right? Outlook. Same way, SharePoint. Okay. Next, Power BI. Okay. Power BI. Power Automation. MS Office. MS Office. Okay, like 30 plus components they have provided along with Office 365. So these all comes under software as a services. Okay, in our assume that you are already working professional already. So you people are chatting with your colleagues inside of the organization. Okay, so who is managing that that part? Vendor. Already they have built-in provided functionality. So just we are using, that's it. Best example, real-time example for Sass is pizza. Okay, so when you go for Domino's, when you order the pizza, that is ready-made. So that is ready to eat. How to eat it, that is depends on you. Maybe you can use your hand, or maybe you can use your fork, or you can use spoon. Okay, same way, SaaS in a sense that is ready-made environment. So how to use it for your application or business, that is totally depends on your requirement. Okay, so as you said, right, there is no, what is that, technology to beat Office 365. So these are the 30 plus components which they are providing it. See, bookings, calendars, okay, Dynamics, Excel, Forms, OneDrive, OneNote, Outlook, okay, people, planner, Power Automation, SharePoint, Steam, Spare, okay, Teams, etc., etc. Everything it is part of Office 365. Okay.
Sekhar, sorry to disturb you once. I mean, there are three types of services you said. Like as per our requirement, we need to choose which we are going to use.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Next. So this is one slide is enough to understand difference between on-premises and cloud. Okay. See, this is the on-premises. See, to configure networking.
May interrupt, sir?
Yeah.
Also, actually, already I have been into other classes of DevOps with AWS Narcissa batch in
Yeah,
morning
you
batch.
can go ahead. No issues. Okay.
So my question actually, sir, I wanted to know, is this class like which is useful for me or not, sir?
That all we will discuss it. Just to listen. At end of the session, I will clarify all your doubts. Okay. In between, if you have any subject related, whatever I'm explaining, you can interrupt me anytime. Okay. Yeah, fine. Next, other thing is on premises. In on premises, see, to configure the networking, storage, okay, OS, middleware, runtime, to perform all these activities, we required what? Any idea? What do you require? DC, data center. That is on premises. Next, in cloud computing, if you go for infrastructure as a service, see, whatever the things are highlighted with red color, that is provided by the vendor. Okay, on top of it, what type of OS you are looking, whether it is Windows or Linux. On top of it, what type of application you are going to host it, that is depends on your requirement. So here runtime you have to take care. Runtime means whether it is Java runtime or PHP runtime or .NET runtime or Node.js runtime, that you have to take care. Next, other thing is platform as a services. When you go for platform as a services, see guys, runtime, everything they are taking care about it. Only deploy your application. What type of application? I said right, .NET, Java, PHP, Python, whatever it is. Next, SaaS. SaaS in the sense software as a services. See, everything will be taken care by vendor. You need not worry about anything. Just you have to use it, that service as usual. Okay, you know, right? Google Drive or OneDrive is there. In OneDrive, what we are doing? Just uploading the documents and sharing with our colleagues, right? So, apart from that, are we doing anything? No. So, who is managing that service in backend? Microsoft. That is what software as a services. Okay. Yeah. Next. This is about what? Difference between on-premises and cloud. Okay. Yeah. Next. Types of cloud. There are three types of clouds in the market. One is public, private, hybrid. What is the public? The resources can be accessible from anywhere in the world is called public. For example, I have created one VM. Okay, if I share ID, password, username with you, you can sit anywhere in the world. You will be able to communicate my mission. That is what public. Okay, what is the public? The resources can be accessible from anywhere in the world is called public. Okay, private in the sense, what does it mean?
Accessing within the network.
Yes, access the resources within the network is called private. Okay, best example, you people are going to office. Am I right? For example, you are working in TCS. So when you go for office, we will connect it to TCS provided laptop or desktop. Then we will connect VPN there. VPN in the sense virtual private network. The moment when you connect VPN, what does that mean? The connection is establishing from your laptop to client network. So once it has been established, you people can access all client related applications, data, servers, etc. etc. Right, guys? The moment when you disconnected VPN, you will not able to access. Once you come out from the offices, you will not able to connect as usual in public internet. That is what private. What is the private? The resources can be accessible within the corporate network is called private. Okay. Next, hybrid in the sense, generic term, hybrid in the sense nowadays people are telling about the hybrid model work environment. Okay. So how is your working style in the sense hybrid model? Hybrid model in the sense 2 days work from office, 3 days work from home. So what does that mean? The combination from work from home, work from office is called hybrid model. Same way here, hybrid cloud in the sense, the combination of public plus private cloud called hybrid cloud. So what does that mean? Few of the applications are running in public. Okay, few of the applications are running in on-premises, I mean private. So if we establish the connection between both of them, then we will call it as hybrid. Okay, so this is what hybrid cloud. Next, these are overview of cloud computing. Why should we go for and types of cloud computing? Okay, yeah. So there are many vendors to provide cloud computing technologies. Okay, what are the different vendors? Okay, one is
Google
Microsoft
Cloud.
Azure.
What are the vendors?
Okay, first thing is Microsoft Azure. Okay, second one is AWS. Third one is Google. Okay, fourth one is OpenStack. Okay, fifth one is Oracle Cloud. Sixth one is IBM Bluemix. Seventh one is Alibaba. Clear, guys? So these are cloud computing vendors are there to provide cloud computing technology. But out of them, very popular in the market is these two guys. If we consider, okay, if we consider cloud market is 100%, these two are occupied 80%, remaining are 20%, guys. Okay, so Microsoft
Hello, sir. Good
Azure.
morning. Good morning, sir. I'm Sai.
Okay.
Sorry to interrupt. Sir, SAP, HANA, and Salesforce also comes under this clouds, right?
Salesforce, that comes under Sass. They are not providing total all of these three.
Okay. As regarding S4 HANA, sir, SAP S4.
SAP HANA, they are providing database that is there in Azure Cloud also.
Azure. Okay.
SAP HANA database that is using for SAP applications, right?
Correct.
That database there that is not in cloud. It is there in Azure Cloud. I will show you that service.
Okay.
Okay, to be frank, going forward, SAP totally integrated with Microsoft Azure only.
Okay.
They are big deal.
Okay.
Yeah.
They are
Next.
migrating, right, sir?
Yes. Maximum all application SAP, even SAP organization application itself, they are using Azure Cloud only.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Hello, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Next. So yeah, this is about what? Azure, Microsoft Azure and AWS. So as I said, these two itself, they occupied 80% demand in the market. Okay, there is a big competition. Microsoft will say, I am the market leader. AWS say, no, I am the market leader. Every day they are fighting each other. Okay, so why Microsoft Azure, why it is going to be the market leader and all, I will let you know. I am not going to tell like I am working as an architect on Microsoft Azure. I could not say Microsoft Azure is the market leader. There are certain points which will explain about Microsoft Azure is the market leader. Why market leader? Okay, yeah. Now see, this is the exact logo of Microsoft Azure earlier. So what is the Azure? Microsoft can mention the name called Microsoft Cloud, right? Instead of Microsoft Azure. Yes, they could mention it. By why they have introduced Azure keyword? So if Microsoft introduce any keyword, so behind that there is lot of reasons. Many reasons would be there. Okay, one thing, Azure in the sense it is blue color sky, guys. Initial in the year of 2010, okay, logo is this is the one Microsoft Azure logo. It is what? Blue color sky. It is the cloud. What is that? Cloud logo. So Azure in the sense it is blue color sky. In blue color sky itself we have clouds. Okay, so they mentioned this name. So actually, Microsoft Azure introduced by from Microsoft is Nadella Satya. Okay, this is the one big change what happened at Microsoft organization. Due to that one reason, there are many reasons should be considered, and that's why he become as a CEO of Microsoft. Okay, since 10 years. Now, so what is the Azure? See, this is exact definition of Microsoft Azure. This definition provided by Microsoft, not by me. What is the Microsoft Azure? Azure is a comprehensive set of cloud services. Comprehensive in the sense, group of, set of, all enterprise features. Okay, where we can, sorry, where we can build, deploy, manage, and access the applications through global network data centers. Through global network data centers, in the sense, what does it mean? Microsoft has their own data centers around the world. Okay, for example, this is the Microsoft. Okay, Microsoft has their own data centers around the world. Okay, so around 140 countries, Microsoft has their own data centers. So 60 plus regions and 140 countries, Microsoft has their own data center. So very largest infrastructure and largest network in the world. Okay, yeah. So that's why this is the one point I could say Microsoft Azure is the market leader. When you are coming to the AWS, AWS has just 18 plus regions. They don't have these many data centers. Okay, yeah. So I am repeating, what is the Microsoft Azure? Azure is a comprehensive set of cloud services where we can build, deploy, manage, and access the applications through global network data centers is called Microsoft Azure. Right? Yeah. Next, when Microsoft Azure came into the picture, okay, when Microsoft Azure came into the picture in the year of 2010. In the year of 2010, Microsoft introduced cloud computing. That time we will call it as Windows Azure. Okay, AWS came into the picture in the year of 2006. Okay, in between 4 years, a lot of market they captured it. So even though Microsoft Azure came to the picture in the year of 2010, now he is the market leader. So in Windows Azure, they were implemented in the year of 2010. Okay, that time Microsoft supports only Windows related applications. Later, in the year of 2014, they introduced new deployment model called ARM. ARM in the sense Azure Resource Manager. Okay, then they rename it Windows Azure as a Microsoft Azure. Microsoft Azure. Now, officially, we are calling it as Microsoft Azure. Okay, this is the history of Microsoft Azure when they were introduced into the market and when they have changed the name, that all information. Next, why should we go for Microsoft Azure? Okay, so first thing is, Microsoft Azure, they have provided what? 60 plus regions, 140 countries. See, Azure has more global regions than any other cloud provider. See, other cloud provider means who is the competitor? Yes. Okay, offering this scale, bring your application closer to customer. Bring your application closer to customers in the sense, come to our real time. If you need one tablet, just always we will look for nearest medical shop. Am I right? Even though there is big medical shop in main road, we will not go there, right? Why? Because distance. Okay, time waste. Same way, I have more customers in South India. I will go and deploy my application in South India region, on South India data center. So what does that mean? I am bringing my application to closer to customers. If you are bringing your application closer to customers, you can provide good performance, good service to customers, low network latency. If there were any issues, immediately resolve them on priority basis. Okay, this is another reason why Microsoft Azure is market leader. Okay, other thing is Microsoft Azure, as you said, lot of data centers, lot of regions they have provided. Okay, and other thing is low cost. Half of the, I mean, 50% products belongs to Microsoft only. Trust me. Okay, so best example, Office 365, Windows. There is no competitor for Windows operating system in GUI. Next, SQL Server. Competitor is Oracle. .NET competitor is Java. So like 50% of products from Microsoft, competitor for entire world. So Azure is Microsoft product, and their own products they are providing with less cost itself. So usage of Azure drastically increased. Earlier, sure, AWS is very popular. At this time, market is almost leader is Azure. I am not telling. You people can Google it and grab the information. Okay. Yeah. Next. So what is the benefits of Azure? I said, right, one is low cost and the instant capacity. Instant capacity in the sense, now my virtual machine size is 1 CPU, okay, 3.5 GB RAM. Okay, I would like to upgrade 8 CPUs, okay, and 16 GB RAM. To do that, we can do instantly. Just maximum it will take 30 seconds to 1 minute. So dynamic capacity, you can change it anytime. Next, other thing is global research and open, really flexible. Global reach in the sense, what does it mean? Your data can be distributed across the globe in a minutes. Okay, you know, right? Why Facebook, Google, Twitter, Microsoft sites are very fast? They are dumping the data. I mean, they are caching the data across the world in nearest data centers. We can call them as cache servers. Okay, so this is the cache server. This is the main data centers. If I access my Facebook account, my request will go to nearest data center and response will be back to the client. My request will not go to what? Main data center. So what does it mean? They are maintaining the data, I mean cache data nearest to users, so that these applications are very fast. So Microsoft itself, their own cache servers around the world. Okay, they can distribute the data across the globe in a minutes. Next, secure. It is Microsoft Azure is very, very, very secure. How secure is? For example, Nadila said that travel in the wire. I mean, they are traveling in the flight. Okay, beside we are sitting. If he theft his laptop, okay, Microsoft CEO laptop, if he theft, if I come to Hyderabad and try to decrypt it, that data, we will not able to do that. Okay, so they have implemented such kind of algorithm for our data. At any cost, your data will be very, 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 very secure. Okay, another example, into the Microsoft Azure data centers. Okay, to theft the data. I mean, to steal in the data. Okay, assume that you enter into the data center, you unplug one disk, come out from the data center. If you try to decrypt the data, it won't allow. Okay, why? Because they implemented algorithms in such a way that at any cost. Okay, that's why last 10 years, do you hear about data center? Azure data is hacked? No. Okay, yeah, that is very, very, very secure. Microsoft Azure data centers. These are overview of Microsoft Azure. Okay, if we have any questions, feel free and ask me. Other thing is, just have a look. I'm going back to azure.microsoft.com. I'm requesting you remember only this site. I don't ask you to remember anything else. This is the only one site which Microsoft is providing for all documentation purpose. Okay, so please remember this site till you are there with Microsoft Azure. Okay, only one site. I am not asking you. I am not going to ask you to remember more URLs. Okay, so what is that? Azure.microsoft.com, which contain entire information, guys. Okay, if I have any doubt in future, I will go and refer this site only. Okay, if I have any issues to troubleshoot, I will go and refer this site only. Okay, yeah. Next, so why Microsoft Azure? Directly they have provided. Have a look, overview. See, they have provided why Microsoft Azure, why not AWS. This is the Microsoft official site, guys. Why Azure? Azure is one service cost is 1 rupee. In AWS is 5 rupees cost. Okay, why Microsoft Azure less cost is most of the products are belongs to Microsoft only, right? So what is that? Take advantage of unique saving program with Azure. Okay, AWS is 5 times more expensive than Microsoft Azure. Okay, guys. Yeah, best example I said Windows platform and Microsoft SQL Server as and PaaS. They are very cheaper than my AWS. Okay, yeah, compared to AWS, Azure very cheap. Next, apart from that, see, go for more. Here we have, yeah, this is the one. Windows Azure, SQLs. These are very cheaper services in Microsoft Azure compared to AWS. Next, other thing is save your existing license. I mean, already in on-premises you are using Windows license that could be migrated into Azure Cloud Platform. Same license we can use it. You need not purchase the license and again and again. Next, other thing is reserve upfront and cost. Upfront and cost means there is no cost. Okay, so whatever the hardware you are going to use is just pay for them. Next, extend security patches. I mean, if you are using any older technologies, that can be migrating the security patches. So your data will be secure. Still, you people can use older technologies. So this is overview of Microsoft Azure. So I don't want to push entire content in single day. In tomorrow's session, I am going to discuss about what are the certification papers provided by Microsoft. Okay, certification papers provided by Microsoft and Microsoft. Okay, and what are the content syllabus which I am going to cover, that I will present it in tomorrow's session. Okay, this course I am going to concentration on AZ104, that is Azure Administration. Okay, and the other thing is AZ400, that is Azure DevOps. Azure DevOps. Okay, we have many certifications. I can say just go to Microsoft official site, Microsoft.com. Very simple, Microsoft.com. Okay. At end of the URL, type learning. Type learning. See here, you can go for certification information. Okay, these are many certifications. Microsoft is Azure related. We have around 30 certifications. Okay, we can go for anything, but very popular are administration, developer, architect, DevOps. These 4 guys. So based on your requirement, you can proceed with anything, but administration is mandatory. Okay. One thing is administrator and DevOps. These two combination I'm going to explain it. Okay. If you have 10 plus years of experience, if you would like to become as an architect, these two are mandatory. Based on experience, you will become as an architect. Okay. Developer in the sense you should have prior experience on .NET or Java. So same solutions, how we could develop it in Azure, that all comes under developer. So I will give you in detail information in tomorrow's session about this certification information. Okay. So far, whatever I have discussed, if you have any questions, feel free and ask me.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, ADF and
Azure DevOps, both are same or different, sir? ADF.
Azure Data Factory, Data Lake, they are different papers. You see, here we have another paper, right? Data Engineer. So Azure Data Factory, ADF. Azure Data Bricks, ADB. Okay, Azure Data Lake, ADL. These three topics comes under what? Data Engineer paper.
So my question, sir,
Hello.
Yes.
so I have a question. Like, so actually, I'm doing DevOps right now. As I said, DevOps with AWS. So
Okay.
if I go for Azure, like DevOps with Azure, already if I'm doing DevOps, then what should I actually learn? So in Azure,
Yeah,
is
see,
there
good
anything to do?
question. AWS DevOps is different. Azure DevOps is different. When you go for AWS DevOps, we can call it as open source. There might